Welcome back to this Let's Play of King's Bounty the Legend. If you remember last time, got a quest from the king to recover some plugins and actually get the game going. But before we go do that, we're going to investigate the buildings in the town center here. Because inside the castle, we did talk to the king, but we didn't talk to the princess, so we'll talk to her real quick. And we'll also make sure we buy some soldiers for our army before we go. Let's see. So Princess Amelie says, "Hello, Uncle. Father said that now you'll be instead of Uncle Veer." And I've noticed that before where the text is sometimes off. It's probably supposed to be now that you'll be my uncle instead of Uncle Veer, but it's fine. Just have to realize that when you play it. I'm guessing maybe it got translated or the people that wrote it didn't speak perfect English. I'm not positive. Great. Uncle Veer always brought me beautiful jewelry and sweets when he returned from the adventures. Oh. The girl falls silent and blushed confusedly. I'm sorry. I forgot that first I need to introduce myself. My name is Princess Amelie, and my father is called His Majesty, King of Darien, Mark Lenore II. Although his name is just Dad Mark. And he is not second. He's the only one. Nice to meet you, Your Highness. I'm your new treasure searcher. Forgive my daughter, Christian. She is a mischievous little princess, despite her divine origin. I hope she hasn't wearied you with chatter. Not at all, Your Majesty. Daddy! The girl slightly raises her voice and stamps her foot. I had a deal with you. I don't prevent you from talking to the uncles who come to see you, and I'm a good child. Right, Uncle Christian? Man, we're a suck-up. Yes, you are the best child I ever saw, Your Highness. Talk about sucking up to the royalty. Sheesh. Come on, Christian. And how do you remember and pronounce all these Your Highnesses and Uncle Aran and Uncle Richard? I'm just Amelie. It's easier to remember. I figured it out myself. Let's see. Is there anything we need to know here? Oh, here, can we scare her? And do you also know that dragons like to kidnap princesses? Aren't you scared? Oh, Uncle, you are so old and still believe in fairy tales? First, I'm still a little girl and dragons only kidnap adult princesses. And second, if a dragon kidnaps me, then a prince on a white horse will appear and will save me. That happens in all the fairy tales. I even had a dream that a prince on a magic horse saves me. Only the horse was not white, but made of wood for some reason. Besides, my dad would protect me from a dragon. My father is a real king and has a really big army. The army will beat the dragon, and it'll fly away hungry. Okay. Do you know anything about Uncle De Vere, the former treasure searcher? Yes, we were friends. He brought a real-life horned horse to me. Also, he showed me some lightning in a can, and told me many stories. About Pink Dragon, about a pink dragon, and about a ghost ship, and about a terrible kraken. Have you ever heard about a fish that's the size of the biggest ship ever? I wonder if it swallows you, will you be scared? He told me about a real shoe of a titan. Do you want me to bring you a flower? Yes, I want a flower, but not from far away countries. I like closer ones, because when you carry the flower from far away, it will dry up. One day, Uncle Veer brought me a pretty flower. Not only red, but blue. It was Gerbarius. He said it was a magical elven flower, but my horned horse ate the flower and I scolded it. But I scolded it quietly so the horse wouldn't get upset and go away. Alright, child. That's enough of us pandering to the nobility. We're out of here. Let's buy our soldiers here. So if you look on here, you can see that there's numbers here, 60 and 70. That's how many you have available. So once we buy all 60, there won't be any more. Sometimes certain things in the game can refresh the numbers, but a lot of times you get what you get in locations when you go to buy stuff. Horde here means there's just a ton, you probably won't run out. Let's buy as many archers as we can. Oh, I forgot there's this maximum button you can press. So it'll buy as many as you can. Because even though there's 56, you remember from last time our leadership skill, we can't support more than 7 right now. So buy some of those. And can I get any more? Yep, I can get some of those too. Good. So we'll just boost our army a little bit. Remember, our leadership right now is only 386, but as we explore and level up, it'll go up and we can come back here to get more soldiers. So let's go to the temple real quick here. So we can also get some more priests. Good. And do we want any of these items? They're so expensive, though I can't really afford them. +1 to intellect. Let's not worry about that. Let's talk to these guys real quick. Make sure they don't have a quest for us before we go. It's good to gather all the quests up, like most RPGs. Aaron. Good day, Christian. What brings you to our temple? My name is Aaron. I'm one of the priests who carry the light of knowledge and the gods' revelations to the people. And I am Christian Tyler, a graduate of the Knight's School, which is under your temple. It's not the first time I've been here. Ah yes, the young treasure searcher, of course. I've heard about you, and the gods themselves have sent you to our temple, Christian. And by the will of the gods, your help to our temple will be taken into account in this life, and in all future lives as well. Fine. You've come here not by your own will, but by the will of the gods. Indeed, the gods have turned your eyes and feet to the temple. This is a hard time, hard for all of Darien. Young knights like you are the support and the hope, not only for the royal power, but also for the spiritual prosperity of our country. I see. I've often wondered if I was chosen by the gods for some important mission. I just want to know what that mission might be. Your dedication to the gods' will is praiseworthy, young searcher. I ask you to accept this purse of donations and bring it to the Temple of Deceased Souls. This temple stands on sanctified land in Marchand Swamp. The way is long and dangerous, which is why I cannot entrust even such slender donations to anyone else. Find Brother Ovian and deliver this purse into his hands. Alright, I'll take care of it. And then if we do it, you can see we'll get some mind runes and experience. Which the runes is huge. Let's talk to Richard real quick. So, Christian Tyler, how do you like serving the king? Oh, and by the way, thank you for finding my lost boo. But why me? As I understand, you decided long ago that I was to be the man who received the title of Royal Searcher. Call it flair, or intuition, or whatever you like. You're a smart guy, Christian, one of my best students. Maybe not the best, but your potential is great. Besides, when His Majesty asked me to find a smart young man among our graduates for that position, well, I don't know why, but I thought of you immediately. You're a good man, resourceful. I hope you don't regret taking the position. Yes, everything's good. I like the job. Our king is strict, of course, but probably that's the only way to maintain control. That's fine. I hope it does not disappoint you how I decided your fate. I don't think we want to do the tournament now. I can't remember that. So we're not going to do that right now. What happened to the previous searcher? His name was DeVere. He was a good warrior and a talented searcher, but it was not only treasures he sought, but clues and various secrets. The more ancient and dangerous the secret, the more aggressively he pounced upon it. In the end, he must have run up against something that was too difficult for him. That sounds like foreshadowing to me. We're going to probably meet DeVere later. Alright, I'm off then. Goodbye. Is there anything else in town? No, there's one guy here. Is there a flag? I can't remember that. Does the king have another quest for us by chance? No, it doesn't look like it. I thought maybe there was another quest I could get there because the flag. I can't remember if the flag's a quest or not. Maybe it's just they want to talk to you. Technician Trigom. Hey, greetings, dear traveler. I see you're impressed, eh? Because they've got an airship right here. Yes, I'm impressed. So what is it? Looks like a boat with a balloon attached, but it seems to be hanging in the air. What kind of magic holds it up? By the sound of it, you've never been out of Darien. Otherwise, you'd know about dwarven machines. This flying boat is called a dirigible. It's a dwarven invention for traveling through the air. Pure science and no magic. It's just this balloon that holds it in the air. So you, stranger, would you like to take a ride on such a thing? My name is Christian, but I don't know, it's a bit frightening. Come on, Christian, back up a little bit. It's not frightening. Christian Tyler, so, You are the royal treasure searcher. Wonderful. Me and your predecessor, Devere, traveled a lot around the world a long time ago. My name is Triggum. I'm the pilot and service technician of that thing there. Basically, I watch over the dirigible to keep it in good order. Well, Christian, I'm glad we've got acquainted. I knew you were my man from the moment I caught sight of you. You see how you got interested in the dirigible. Look, it seems like it would be nice to fly over the forests and mountains in that thing. Maybe someday will show me what Darien looks like from the dirigible. From above, you know. Sorry, but that's not going to work out. Not right now, anyhow. After Kordar and Darien started their war, there's no way to find spare parts. So this aircraft stays in the air only thanks to a prayer and my leather belt, which I use to fix the elevators. Maybe it'll go for a few minutes, but after that... well, I don't want to happen. Don't worry, we'll take your machine up sometime. Be sure of that. I can hardly wait. You probably don't understand my excitement. Probably you've never flown before. Do you know what it is like to fly in the clouds like a bird? You know, Triggum, you are the first dwarf that I've met that enjoys the sky so much. But to tell you the truth, in fact, you're the first dwarf I've ever spoken to. See you later. Okay, he didn't have a quest for us either right now. I think at some point he will, but... Alright, let us leave town and look out the big wide world. So pretty much, I mean, you can, once again, just hold down the mouse button and you can look around and see. Like, for instance, there's a treasure chest there. There's an enemy here. Plugins right there. So these are the things we're supposed to be getting for the king. So I guess let's just go that way for now. But you can go any way you want. Look around. And you can see enemies like this. There's an enemy troop here, and it says they're weak. Paradox, which means we should be able to beat them. But without further scouting, talent that was on our talent tree, we can't see any more about them other than they're weak. Alright, let's see what we got here. Oh, there's a windmill here. You knock at the door, but nobody answers. You attempt to enter, but find the door locked. These are considered very weak. So like this. Let's go fight our first real battle. Not against a real enemy, though. So let's see here. Shoot that guy dead. If you remember, if we click on them, we can see that these guys in the back are both archers. But remember, we're getting a penalty for shooting backwards. But we'll still kill all three of them, so I think we'll wipe one out so they don't shoot at us. Unfortunately for this guy, like, he's not very quick. His speed is only 3, so at best next turn he'll go 1, 2, 3. We're gonna go grab this treasure. Not even engage them because our ranged units can deal with it. Nice, 240 gold. So like this guy, these, what are they, peasants, I think? Yes, peasants. We'll just have them defend and stay there. Just, bam, only took 2 points of damage on this guy because he's melee, still has to walk up. Nice, and we killed him. We're going to do this with no damage. Awesome. Which is what you're trying to get every time. If you can get all your battles with no damage and not losing anybody, things will go well for you. Because you have a limited supply of units, like I was showing you on the other one. Once we buy them all, generally speaking, they won't refresh. Certain things in the game can make some of them restock, but generally speaking, if you use them all, you're out. So managing your resources, or your troops in this instance, is important. I don't know if you saw, we just leveled up to level 2. So we automatically gain runes every time. We'll gain more mind runes every time because we're a paladin. We gain some rage, which we'll talk about later, and we gained 100 lead. Oh, excuse me. But now we can gain leadership or rage. So you always gain the runes, but you have to choose one of these. The thing is, rage you don't know much about yet because we haven't learned anything with it yet. Later on, you'll get more about that. I think I'm going to take the leadership for now. I like having some extra troops personally. So now, if we... You know what? Let's do that. So I'm going to grab that flag to get that extra. Let's just run back real quick. I can show everybody this. So not only did we gain some leadership by leveling up, we also gained some from selecting the leadership bonus when we leveled up, and we found that flag. So now we can hire an additional 3 of these priests, for instance. And the bigger your army is, the better. And it does cost money. Like each of these archers is costing me 100, for instance. So the 3 of them I'm going to buy cost me 300. But that's mostly like items and soldiers. That's what it's for. So now our army's much, much stronger. And we'll keep going. Can we just grab these? Yep. So like these guys, we can see they're very weak. So same thing. We'll just go kill them. Oh, another treasure chest. Hey. See, these guys are fast, so if we ignore them next turn, they'll be on top of our troops. Let's just shoot them. What do we do there? We got half of them. Okay, he can kill all of them. So let's just wipe them out. So what's his movement speed? His movement speed's a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll move up there, because I may be being greedy, but I want the treasure chest, because like that, a rune of might. Oh, and speaking of, we need to spend our runes after this battle. Because we leveled up. Not actually sure what we want to get, but... so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. He can still pretty much get everywhere, so we can only do what we can do. Like, he's probably going to attack this archer, for instance. Those 3 guys, but we can't do anything about that. Unlike that, we just lost 3 peasants, but frankly, peasants are kind of a throwaway unit, really, because they're so weak. Nice, killed him with the counterattack. And we didn't lose any bowmen, which is awesome. Oh, same thing, if you remember, units have a range, so these guys are just out of range. These guys are in range, even though these are the same unit, enemy unit, and they're the same number of them. They both have 23. You can see this one, because he's in range, will kill 5 to 11 versus 2 to 5. I mean, the difference of a unit being in range is massive. You want to make sure you try to keep everybody in range. Let's just continue to pelt them down. But we're going to move everybody forward, though. Probably going to lose something. Any luck, they'll attack the peasants, though, because, well, if we have to make a choice, we'd rather the peasants die, because, oh, they survived, barely. They've got 5 of 28 health. Excellent. So now, because we survived, the battle should be over, and then that unit will heal up fully, which is great. Yeah, we're good. Perfect. So that actually worked out pretty good. Like, once again, peasants are really a throwaway unit, which is why there's, when you go to buy them, it says Horde, because they're a throwaway. Unlike most units that are actually valuable and good in combat, they're just not. So that's something to consider too when you're doing stuff. Like if it's a unit you can just buy an endless supply of, let those be the ones that, you know, lead the attack and get killed, because you can just replace them. Let's go to our hero real quick though and look at our runes here. So we could buy more levels in scouting, or well, you can't buy anger, but you can't afford that, or glory. Reserve is always a nice one. That lets us have some. So normally only these 5 spots of troops can actually go into the battle. But if you unlock reserves, these 2 spots here will start to open up, and you can keep a stack of soldiers there, either swap in and out, or to just fill in if somebody, you know, a whole stack dies. So it's a nice little thing, so you don't have to go back to town to get more troops. So it's nice to have. I might get that. Trophies. We get more money after combat. And more experience. But we can't afford that. And then we got might also. We got training. Swordsman could learn Smashing Blow. We could do that. Combat Readiness. This one's okay, I feel like. It makes it so the first round of combat you'll take less damage. But it's only good against ranged attacks or fast units, because most of the time in the first round of combat, people aren't getting hit that much. Rage Control might be good to get. Because getting more rage as we go is important, as you'll see later. So let's put a point into Rage Control, and then get reserves? Oh no, we can't afford that. We may just wait then, because everything's kind of expensive. I could get more into scouting. I don't know if I want to do that right now, though. I think we might just hold off for the moment. We don't need scouting this early in the game. Most of the troops aren't that strong. Yeah, so we'll hold on to the rest of our runes, because that's the thing. You can hold on to them and use them whenever you want to. So I can wait until later to spend them. It's always a good idea to kind of just explore around, because you're looking for that beam of light that shows up so you can dig, because then there's a treasure there. So you just want to keep an eye out for that. What's this? Village hut? Good day, traveler. Where do you come from? My name is Maria. Maybe you've heard about me. Hello, Maria. I'm Christian Tyler. No, I haven't heard about you. Should I have? I like how he always says his name's Christian Tyler, not just Christian. How come? Don't you know that I'm the only person in the whole neighborhood who sells window panes? I've made them out of the transparent wings of Lake Dragonfly. The ones people sometimes call little dragons. You can make some beautiful and strong window panes out of these wings. That's good for the common people. And how they shine in the sun. What ornaments. Better than all the stained glass windows in the world, if you ask me. Yes, good idea. Thank you for your words, kind man. Maybe you could offer me a little help as well. I'm not so young anymore, and it's hard for me to go around and gather shedded dragonfly wings by myself. But if somebody young and strong like you were to help me, and for those wings, I'll give you magic stones called crystals. My husband was a pretty decent sorcerer back in the day, and I inherited a lot of his crystals. But I don't actually need them. So if you find such wings anywhere, please bring them to me. I can give you 1 crystal for every 3 wings. Magic crystals for dragonfly wings. Not bad. I'll be back. I'll be back. Alright. I guess let's talk to this guy real quick. Let's see what he has to say. Good day, traveler. What do you want from me? Hi, elder. Why so gloomy? What's happened? A terrible, or a trouble has come to our village. And not just ordinary trouble, but a real disaster. Predatory flowers, called thorns, have begun to breed in our district. Day and night, they terrorize the villagers. They continue to come to the village like bees drawn to honey. The villagers are just common people with no way to deal with this trouble. And so they come to me. Help, Evtid. Relieve us, Evtid. You're the only one. You're our elder. You see the situation I'm dealing with here. Listen, my good man. Maybe you can help with our trouble. Let's see. Predatory plants. Interesting. Interesting. Can you tell me about them? I bet it's possible to exterminate them with fire and sword. If not, then you've got a real problem. You're right. We've beaten and burned them, but it's all useless. Still they come. Though I do have one idea. I heard from the villagers that a huge red thorn has appeared by the lake, the likes of which nobody has seen before, and it appeared around the same time these creatures started to crawl into our gardens. I think that's what you need to. Where you need to look. I think that's what you need to look for. That may be the root of the problem. Alright, sure, we'll take care of it. Okay, we got ourselves another quest, and once again, you can always click on your quest log to see. Now, if you uncheck this one, it'll take care of the ones that you've already done. I like to have them off myself. The crown is a necessary, like its main quest, and then these ones are side quests. This, I believe, if I remember correctly, let's check, that lets you summon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this lets you summon up some of these plants, these thorn plants that you've been seeing that they've been shooting at us. I think it lets you summon. I guess we could use it and find out. Let's just do that for the benefit of the stream. New troops have joined your army. See, and we got 8 Thorn Hunters. Ta-da! They're not really our unit I would like to have in my army, but it's good to... Milkwoman Wilma says good day. Good day. But they're the unit that would be, like, they can fill in for now. But once again, I'd like to have better quality units eventually and kick these guys out of the army. I hope you could help me. I'm an old woman. I can't cope with the trouble that has come to my house. Terrible creatures, evil thorns have come into my garden. I can neither gather the harvest nor feed my cows. Help me, kind man. Save me from this trouble. I guess so. We'll do it. Okay, so now we can go through here and bash these guys in. And you'll notice I didn't look at the difficulty, but I knew it was safe. And I don't know if you noticed, they just took that treasure chest from us, which is unfortunate. As well, I wanted it. I like to deal with the ranged units, but let's deal with this first. These plants are also, in my mind, a throwaway unit. Like, I don't care. I do have Ice Arrow. I'd shoot one of them to slow them down, but I guess they'll be dead regardless, so there's no reason to waste Ice Arrow. Yeah, let's shoot some of the thorns. Oh, nice. So when it does that animation there, that means we got a critical hit. It means we got extra damage, and we beat them, even though the thing said we wouldn't kill them all. We got lucky and got a crit and killed them all anyways. By doing this, because of the terrain that's here, we've blocked this really good, which is nice. Like we said, this is a throwaway unit, so I don't really care about it. And remember, every unit, every round of combat gets a counterattack. Like, so for instance, this guy's using his counterattack. If this thing comes up and attacks him, which it won't, because it's a ranged unit, but if it did, it wouldn't get our thorns wouldn't get another counterattack. Let's weaken this unit in the back. Let's finish that off, because I think our melee units can mostly finish these guys off. Because remember, if they die, 100% die, they won't get a counterattack in. Peasants can't get there. I think the thorns should be... Oh, no, they can't. Dang. Well, fine. It's not normally a unit I would use anyway. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, I'm moving them up like this, but... I'm just realizing, yeah, these are the archer thorns. Whoops. I thought it was the melee ones. It's hard to tell. The only real difference is these kind of have an orangey tint, and the other ones kind of have a yellowy tint. So once again, that's another thing to keep in mind. Like on this map, it's these two on the ends, but it's hard to tell. Like, they're not very alike. And if you're not sure, once again, just hit them with that right click. It says ability archer, that means they're a ranged one. So like in this case, we could shoot this guy and wipe the whole stack out, but it only kills 3. But if we shoot this guy, we'll get 4 to 6. I'd rather get rid of a higher number. Let's just move all these guys up. I'll have them move towards the treasure chest because, well, it's treasure after all. I don't like them, but you can see they're not doing much damage. They've only taken, what, 3 points of damage out of 28. Not really any threat. Hoping to get them in range. They won't have the broken. They're not doing any damage, so it's fine. Think. 2 whole damage. Look at that. Gosh. You do have to be careful though. Like, even though I knew these oh my goodness, he got a critical hit. But it still only did 9 damage. A thing to keep in mind is, like, even though I knew these plants weren't going to be strong enough to threaten us, there are things in this area, even though you're technically in the beginner area, that are so tough you can't beat them. You really want to keep an eye on it if you're new, because you can, like, the game is not like level based in their areas. Like, you know, everything in this area is levels 1 through 5, and everything in this area, it's not like that. There can be monsters in this area that are, you know, level 1 and 2 like we are. There could be other monsters in the same area, like around the corner, that could be level 10 and would crush us. So you do have to keep an eye on it, because it is that type of game. Alright, we should easily be able to kill everything here. And once again, if you're ever worried about it, you can always look. Like, these guys have already gone this turn, but you can always look. Like, this guy's going to go first, then the peasants are going to go, and then these thorns are going to go. They always have their initiative order. If there's a line, they've already gone this round. Dang, I haven't got the treasure yet, though. Let's have them wait for a moment. Can you reach the treasure? Oh, you can't reach the treasure. Be greedy. I probably shouldn't worry about it. That's fine. And because we use the wait function at the end of the round, he's the only guy left to go, so he'll get to go, and then he'll still get his turn at the beginning of the next round, though. It's alright. We don't have to get the treasure. I like to get it every time. It says quest log updated. Oh, wait. Close that so we can look at this. If we go to clear the vegetation here, you can see the progress that we've killed all of them for her. So now it just says to go back and tell her. So if you're ever wondering what's going on, you can always click on here and it'll tell you the progress of what you're doing. Let's turn this in. Have you brought good news or bad news? Have you failed to defeat the thorns? Must I prepare myself for cold and lean days? Oh, why did the fates send me this hard trial? These horrible thorns? No need to worry. It's over. There's no thorns in your garden now. I've eliminated all of them. My savior, my redeemer, the sun is shining again overhead. Yeesh, talk about blowing things out of proportion, Milkwoman Wilma. I'll tell you the truth. The bitter truth. It's me who invited this disaster to my miserable field. In the field, I found some green sprouts. I wanted to see what would grow from them. Who knew that they'd become wild thorns in my kitchen garden? Here, let me show you. I've saved up some sprouts. In case you need some, come by. I'd be happy to share them with you. Thank you. I think if we go here... Yes, we can now that we've done this for her, we can buy some of these soldiers from her. And buy these to sprout some. So that's just something to consider. Sometimes you complete a quest and their shop will open up. Let's go to our hero real quick. We'll use all those and we're going to show us 30 more. Nice. Or I guess 27 more to bring us up to 30. I don't know if we can afford to buy... Oh, we can buy some more. 32 more. Wow. So now we got a nice little army there. And you have to remember too is that some troops won't get along with each other. And their morale will go down as a result. Like if you mix too many groups together. Because like if for some reason humans didn't like to be with plants, it'd be a problem. Because if you go over them, you can see... Here, let's double click on it. You can see, remember, this is a neutral creature, it's considered. These are considered human creatures. And some creature types just don't get along with other ones, and it's just something you'll have to see as you play, and I'll point them out as we go here. But I think right here is a good spot to stop for today. Next time, we'll continue with the quest we've got going. And like I said before, if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.